Number 3,
Sure.
they're very independent in daily life. In a Dutch household, they don't have a cleaning lady.
Yeah.
But in Indonesia, if you have a big house and if you have kids, and it's so common to have nanny or cleaning lady. In the Netherlands, they just do it everything by themselves. And why is that? Is it because everything is expensive? I think it's because it's expensive. Like, okay, for example, when we moved to this house, that he or us, we didn't really pay or hire people to do the things in the house, like the, hoe noem je dat?
Behangen.
In English, wallpaper. Like
yeah, putting the wallpaper.
Yeah, well, like putting on wallpaper and or putting the floor laminate. We do it by ourselves.
And a lot of family help.
And a lot of family help us.
When it comes to cleaning, yeah, it's mostly because it's also just a job that's regulated with income and taxes and stuff. So usually it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can do it yourself, right?
Exactly. You can.
And that's
do
the
it yourself.
mentality again, I think.
Yeah, they're very independent, right? And I'll also notice that old people in the Netherlands, they're so independent.
Yeah, that is true. I've noticed that I have some old family and they still live by themselves in a 2-story house with stairs and everything. This woman is, I think, 83 or something. But she really wants to stay independent for as long as possible. And the other side of it is that the Dutch have that mentality that apparently elderly people should still be independent. And if they cannot be independent, then usually we put them in nursing homes that take care of the elderly people for us.
Better.
Yeah, so and then they take care of them because apparently we are too busy with our own stuff.
So what you're saying is they go to
Een verzorgingshuis.
And is it because they want it?
No, it's because the children, they have their own families, they're working their own jobs, they have their own lives, so they are not. It's not built in the culture that we, when our parents get older, we live in with them again. Okay. Like it's once we moved out, we've moved out.
But is it acceptable? Or
it is the norm.
Okay.
A lot of people do it.
So it's normal.
It's common.
You're not saying it's normal, it's common.
Yeah.
But people not gonna say that, oh my god, this is your own parent and why don't you take care of them?
No.
In Indonesia, it's so common that if you have if your parents are getting old, that you take care of your parents. It's so acceptable to send your parents to nursing house. And is that true that if you're turning 18, that you will live by yourself? Because I'm from Indonesia and I heard a lot I read a lot that Western people, they will be live by themselves when they turn 18.
That's a really good question. No, it's not the norm.
Okay.
It's more like kids, everyone grows up in their own pace, I think. Okay. Sometimes people are ready at 18 and then they move out, but there's also older kids or even young adults or even adults still living with their parents. I've had people in my circle that have lived at their parents' house with their parents until they're like 30 or even early 40s. And I've also have people around my circle that moved out at 18. They thought that was the next step in their life. And I was, well, I wouldn't say late, but later than 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. I live with you.
Yeah.
I was 18 when I moved off from my home.
Yeah.
So I'm very independent.
You are?
Yes.
She is.
Okay, number 4. Openness to individual freedom and opinions. like you said, very open-minded, and freedom of speech.
Yeah.
I really love it.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Is it different as to Indonesia?
It's so different. Like in
Indonesia, can you be critical of the government or their decisions?
I know that some people is very critical about the government and they have a trouble.
Yeah. Oh.
So I'm not gonna say much about it because I don't want to be in trouble. But at certain point that you are actually not really free saying what you think. We do have a freedom of speech, but we also have to respect some boundaries, you know. It's not
where are these boundaries? Where do you draw lines and
that's a good question.
What's a go, what's a no-go?
It's a good question. We shouldn't talk about religion, or we shouldn't
criticize.
Yeah, we shouldn't criticize religion.
Okay.
Because Indonesian basically form from religion, you know. We really, really appreciate religions. We have a lot of religion in Indonesia, so we shouldn't talk bad about it because it might hurt some community, so we don't do that. But I think in general you shouldn't do that. In the Netherlands you can also...
It's better to not do that.
Exactly.
And because what are you winning?
Yeah, but if you do that in the Netherlands, are you going to be in trouble?
No. I can say... The thing is, you're not going to be in trouble with any government.
No.
You might be in trouble with the people that you pissed off. But that's with everything in life.
Okay.
The people that you pissed off will not be happy. But you have the right...
To say
it.
Yeah, that's what I like about that living in the Netherlands. You can just say whatever you want and whatever you think. You know, you can just share it. But yeah, I mean, you have to respect where you live, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in Indonesia it's very conservative.
Conservative?
Yes.
What? Political views? Oh,
conservative. It's more conservative with almost everything. But I'm not saying that all Indonesians are conservative because I like to say myself as an open-minded person.
Right.
Right.
Number 5.
Work-life balance. They really take very seriously work-life balance. Means that working and private life is two different things. And you working, but you also have to take your free time to do your hobby. Ontspannen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't do that back then in Indonesia. And since I moved in the Netherlands and I live in the Netherlands, I really appreciate this because, okay, there's time that you have to go to work, you do your job, and then in your free time, you can do something fun for yourself.
Yeah. And you know that as soon as you walk out the door of work, your work's done until it starts the next time.
Yeah.
But I think that in the Netherlands we have a very serious work setting. What I mean with that is that jobs are very hard and you have to take it very serious, as you do with jobs, obviously. And the jobs expect you to put some boundaries, to define some boundaries. And if you don't do that, you'll end up taking the work home and it will eat up your evening and that will become the norm and then it will progressively get worse and then you will be working at home and at work and then there's no boundaries anymore.
You're right.
Yeah. And the thing is, the work doesn't run out or it doesn't run away and it will still be there tomorrow. So there's no use in bringing it home. You have to sort of protect yourself a bit.
Okay. And number 6.
Yeah.
Bicycle culture.
Yeah.
It's actually funny for me.
Is it like the stereotypes say? Is it actually like that, in your opinion, now that you're here?
You mean that before I come to the Netherlands? Or...
There must have been like an image in your head of how the Dutch bicycle culture... We're very famous for our bicycle culture. But is it as bad or as accurate as you had in mind when you came here?
You want my honest answer?
Yeah.
All I know about the Netherlands is tulips.
Oh. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. But then I live in the Netherlands and I noticed that you guys always,
Mm-hmm.
always
Yeah. Yeah.
go
Not me.
everywhere.
Not me.
Not you. Go
But
everywhere with a bike. Like no matter how bad the weather is, raining, snowing, it's hot.
wind.
Hard wind.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself? Why? Why?
Yeah, like I said, I don't really participate in the bicycle culture.
But you.
I had a bicycle. I don't like biking.
Okay, good.
I'll take any excuse not to use a bike. But there's a lot of the statement is still very true. Like a lot of people bicycle everywhere, and that's multiple reasons. And I think because it's free, it is faster than walking. It's healthy. And there's no congestion. In general, the Netherlands is not that big that getting around is an inconvenience if you take bike, because the store is always close by enough to make it by bike. You have your social group probably close enough that you can use your bicycle to get there. And I don't understand it, but I have colleagues who like live in some towns over, and they come to work by bike every day. And
sorry to cut you off, but do you also think that it's a bit too much when you live in a different city, then you have to go to a different city with a bike? For me, as Indonesian, it is too much.
For me, it is too much.
Okay.
But that's because I'm.
Because you don't like biking.
I don't like biking, and I didn't really have. I think if you have a good bike, biking can be fun.
Okay.
And then it becomes less of a gap, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go to next town over on your bike.
No.
You know.
You know, this week I have to go to another town with the bike.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna take a while.
And I think the most important part of biking culture or bicycle culture at the Netherlands, duurzaamheid.
Duurzaamheid. Sustainability.
Sustainability.
Yeah.
I think they really try to work on it
Yeah, but the biking culture is not a result of wishing that, because no, it's the individuals that take the bike, not because they're mandated, but because they want to. No one is telling them you have to take the bike.
No. So do you know since when biking
always
is
it's
really?
Always been. It's part of history as well.
Okay, I think I need to read about that.
We have a book about that here somewhere.
Biking?
It must be the Dutch.
Yeah, that's my book.
Yeah. Most of the time, the cleaning service you use is I didn't prepare this one like that. I saw it from a completely different viewpoint.
When your parents are getting old.
This is mine, huh?
Focus!